Hello internet and welcome back to Top 10 Nerd, the place where we compile nuanced pop culture into a top-notch bulletin list so you don't have to. What's going on guys? I hope you're all having a pretty swell day. Why don't you put your feet up, scratch your head and whisper what the hell Toriyama as we take a look at top 10 Dragon Ball Z moments that weren't for kids.
Beds are good for sleeping.
Right, first things first, we have to recognise that the Dragon Ball franchise, particularly in the earlier days, was of the shonen genre, a manga aimed at a teenage male target demographic readership. Although of course the individual readers vary from age to gender, its primary audience is teenage boys between the ages of 12 to 14, so gender roles in Dragon Ball are pretty top heavy to say the least. We've got to clear another thing up though before we begin. Master Roshi is a straight up pervert, no chill. Kicking off at number 10, Krillin's BRhyme. Master Roshi is a master of all things combat, and in the Kamehameha story arc, he was the one to teach Goku how to fight and also master his signature move, the Kamehameha wave. Although he's not always so accommodating with his students and is very particular about who he bestows his martial wisdom upon. He's an old man, so he'd rather kick back and relax on his own personal island. While when Krillin is finally introduced in the series, he knows exactly how to get Master Roshi to teach him everything he knows. Not money, not a gift, or a strange powerful artifact. Krillin brings Roshi a heap of adult magazines, his favourite reading material. Well, of course, it worked. Who knew? Swinging in at number 9, Bulmer flashes Master Roshi. Yup, another point featuring good old Roshi. Bulmer is one of the most awesome characters in the series. She's insanely intelligent, a scientist and engineer, and very persistent in achieving her goals. While during the series' quest for the Dragon Balls, Bulmer decides that using her feminine physique to persuade Master Roshi to give her his Dragon Ball is the best course of action. Bulmer has never been shy about showing off a little bit, but during this particular instance, she forgot that she wasn't wearing any underwear that day. So when she made the decision to flash the crowd, Master Roshi got a little bit more than he was expecting, to say the least. Coming in at number 8, Boo's harassment. The Boo saga is probably one of the most intense, action-packed story arcs in the whole of the Dragon Ball Z. A shed load of stuff goes down. Super Saiyan 3, Vegeta goes Majin, but the most underhanded thing is that Majin Buu sexually harasses someone. Yeah, Boo is an ancient demon with the power to destroy the world, but despite that, he's also a bizarrely childish creature that picks up his behaviour from his immediate surroundings. So as Boo's walking down the street in the series, he sees a random girl that he thinks is pretty and creepily harasses her, asking her for a kiss. Of course, he's a big squidgy pink thing and the girl is rightly so creeped out. So Boo tries his efforts to morph into a boy model from one of the girl's magazines. Obviously it doesn't work, so what does Boo do? He transforms her into a piece of candy and eats her, as you do. Next up at number 7, Renfa. Harking back to the classic days of Dragon Ball, we're going to be taking a look at Renfa, a fan favourite who's made appearances in several movies and games since her first incarnation in the series and manga. Although what a lot of fans may have missed is a strange little fact about the translation of her name. Well, turns out Renfa is actually a Japanese abbreviation for lingerie, and she's most often attired in, well, lingerie. She's literally a bra in name and appearance. She's also a pretty dope fighter and competed in the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament. She misleads her opponents into thinking she's innocent and defenseless and then unleashes a can of whoop ass. Eventually she settles down and becomes a housewife. Well, that's that then, I guess. Coming in at number 6, Master Roshi's trip. During the Boo saga, Android 18 has been shacked up with Krillin for quite a while, and they've even had a daughter together, Marin. While of course that doesn't stop Master Roshi from being his usual self. Told you he'd been cropping up in this list a lot. After a crash landing sends their ship spinning across the desert sands, Roshi and Android 18 find themselves in a pretty awkward predicament. The ship tilts and they're caught tumbled on top of each other. Instead of being a chill guy, doing the gentleman thing and apologising for the jam, he decides to rub his head in her chest and leave it there for about 5 seconds. Also, Android 18 has her kid daughter in her arms, so that's like doubly messed up. Thankfully though, Roshi gets his ass handed to him by Android 18, so at least some justice is met. And smack bang at the halfway point, number 5, Gotenks versus Hitler. Yeah, you heard that right. Some weird stuff happens throughout the Dragon Ball franchise, but probably the most historically bizarre is in the 12th Dragon Ball Z movie, Fusion Revival, where Goten and Trunks find themselves facing off against none other than a caricature of Adolf Hitler. Although a minor villain in the movie known as the Dictator, he's a small man with an awkwardly familiar small moustache who makes hand movements that resemble the Nazi salute. Also, he leads a troop of tanks into battle. The only thing that not making him an actual carbon copy of Hitler is the replacement of a swastika with a simple red X. Also, he literally walks straight out of hell during the movie. In the English dub, he even makes comments about Gotenks' blue eyes and blonde hair, a clear reference to the twisted Aryan ideals of Hitler. And swinging in at number 4, Goku Teleports. Dragon Ball Super managed to keep everything in continuity with the show's Dragon Ball mythos, unlike GT, which some people don't like to talk about. In Super, Goku is still married happily, if you can say that, to Chi-Chi. Bulmer and Vegeta are together raising 2 kids, and probably the most significant, Goku is still a complete and utter idiot who just doesn't understand personal space. During one particular instance, Goku ups and teleports with instant transmission, but accidentally ends up in none other than Vegeta and Bulmer's bedroom. Conveniently enough, right on the bed. Well, you know, people make mistakes, especially Saiyans, but instead of apologizing for the mistake and awkwardly teleporting elsewhere, he decides to stay, as Bulma walks into her own bedroom wearing nothing but a towel after taking a shower. Yeah, the guy even tries to sneak a peek before he's chased out of the house with curse words and lasers. Take a hint, bud. Next up at number 3, Bulma? We've already spoken about Bulma's pursuit of the Dragon Balls and their significance throughout the original and later series. They're great, they can grant a single wish when gathered all together, and are a pretty precious commodity for the denizens of the franchise. During the original Dragon Ball, Bulma is on a mission to collect all of the balls and will go to any length to get them all under her possession, which turns out includes her trying to seduce a child. Yeah, Bulma attempts to coerce Goku into giving over his Dragon Ball by pulling up her skirt in the hopes that she can bribe him with her butt. Thankfully, Goku quickly shuts her down, but you know, no wonder that kid's so messed up. And next up at number 2, Yamcha's view. You know how we said Roshi would pop up a lot on this list? Yeah, not as much as Bulma. As the franchise's longest running female character, she was always going to end up as the target of a lot of unnecessary sexualization. One of those instances includes good old Yamcha, everyone's favorite reformed enemy and ally, the brave, boastful, but dependable dude with fantastic bangs. In the earlier series, as he's trying to sneak upon the group, he accidentally sneaks a peek through a window. That window, of course, leads to a shower. This is Dragon Ball, where Bulma is currently preoccupied in the middle of her cleaning spruce. Seemingly the only guy with a moral compass, Yamcha quickly steps aside, but not before his eyes roll back in his head and he whispers that he's just turned into a bowl of mush. And finally, at our number 1 spot, Goku and Bulma. Of course it includes Bulma, and of course it has to include child Goku. What the hell did you expect anything else? Well, Goku is a messed up kid, we've established that, and we can definitely see why. He was never raised by his own parents, but by the notoriously perverted Master Roshi. Kids absorb what they see and hear, correct? Well, during one instance, Goku sneaks up on a sleeping Bulma and decides to rest his head in a pretty private spot. Well, he freaks out that she doesn't have any balls. No, not Dragon Balls. I don't know, man, just roll the clip, see for yourself.
It's your balls, Bulma! They're gone! What? You're kidding!
Anyway, that's all we've got time for in today's video, folks. If you've enjoyed this particular Dragon Ball list, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and share it with your nearest and dearest. If you're a fan of our Dragon Ball series or any other nerd series for that matter, why don't you hit that subscribe bell so you can stay up to date with our latest and greatest uploads. If you'd like to continue your nerd binge, feel free to hit the playlist floating shortly above. You've been watching Top 10 Nerd, I've been your host Jack Finch, and until next time, you take it easy.